athlete been in the headlines, man, after erupting in a press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply...
We know Angel Reese has definitely been in the headlines, man, after erupting in a press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands.
Smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes, now all of this went down during the Washington missed this game. This happened on national television.
Yes. Now, all of this went down during the Washington Miss game. This happened on national television. The Chicago Sky finds itself in yet another controversy. But this time, it's not about what happened on the court. It's about what happened on the sideline. Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed role model and newly minted NBA 2K26 cover athlete, just reminded everyone why being talented at basketball doesn't automatically make you a leader. And now, first-year head coach Tyler Marsh has a decision to make that could define his entire tenure with the Chicago Sky. The referees blew every whistle. The referees blew every whistle. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Referees blew every whistle. The referees blew every whistle. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There was one play where Angel Reese dribbled backward. She backed into Aaliyah Edwards and tripped over her own feet and got free throws. The free throws that led to...
There was one play where Angel Reese dribbled backward. She backed into Aaliyah Edwards and tripped over her own feet and got free throws. The free throws that led to this happening were unbelievably soft. That led to Angel Reese walking over and slapping a coach's clipboard. And by the way, if this was Caitlin Clark, you know they'd be calling out her anger problems. On July 8th, 2025, during a heartbreaking 81-79 loss to the Washington Mystics, Angel Reese did something that would make even the most patient coach question their life choices. With 9 seconds left on the clock and the game tied at 77-77, Ree walked off the court and slapped a clipboard right out of the hands of Ann Crosby, the team's VP of Basketball Operations and Strength and Conditioning. A lot of people are picking up on that moment. My honest reaction when I first saw it, I laughed. It's already become controversial because they say, oh, if another player did this, there would be think pieces. And it's true. This wasn't a gentle brush off or accidental bump.
This happening was we're unbelievably soft. That led to Angel Reese breaking a coach's clipboard, walking over and slapping a coach's clipboard. And by the way, if this was Caitlin Clark, you know.
This was a deliberate, disrespectful act caught on national TV. The woman who had just hours earlier been announced as the cover athlete for NBA 2K26, supposedly representing the pinnacle of professionalism in women's basketball, couldn't control her emotions for 30 seconds. The emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the loss of control, the Bayou Barbie, the Chi-Town Barbie, the Double-Double Barbie, whichever version she's playing that day. But here's the thing, this isn't isolated. It's part of a season-long pattern. Angel Reese has been throwing shade, stirring controversy, and making everything about herself. This was wild. Tempers flared. This was a full-blown rivalry game.
Picking up on is when she is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand. And you guys, my honest reaction to this when I first saw it, I was just laughing. It's kind of like the reaction that you're seeing from me right here. I wouldn't look into this too hard. I know it's already...
Even Angel Reese was visibly furious. This was 29 seconds left, game tied, crunch time. She was called for a foul. Remember her constant complaints about officiating? The social media warfare with Caitlin Clark? The victim narrative she's leaned on all season? This clipboard incident is just another chapter in the Angel Reese show, and it's not the kind of show championship teams put on. Those were pissing me off, Reese posted after the incident, showing no real remorse. She chalked it up to the heat of the moment, said it wouldn't happen again, but damage control tweets don't replace real accountability. Now let's talk Tyler Marsh. The man is in an impossible position. A first-year head coach with a strong resume, championships at every level, mentored by Nick Nurse, Rick Carlisle, and Becky Hammon.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Barbie? The emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the complete loss of emotional control continues for the Bayou Barbie, as well as the Chi-Town Barbie.
Known for his integrity and player development, Marsh was supposed to build a winning culture in Chicago. But that all means nothing if he can't control his locker room. Watching Angel Reese slap clipboards with no consequences makes it look like the inmates are running the asylum. Angel always talks about doing the dirty work. But did you see that performance? Her impact didn't show just in the stats. Sure, shots didn't fall, but she grabbed rebounds, made 5 assists. Versatility. That's what Marsh wants to highlight. But it's hard to highlight that when your star player is also showcasing the worst behavior on the bench. Marsh was hired because of his ability to build culture, rooted in trust, accountability, and professionalism. GM Jeff Pagliuca praised his focus on developing unique player strengths. But calm leadership doesn't mean passive leadership. Discipline matters. This was Marsh's first real leadership test. Not drawing up plays, not calling rotations. This is the hard stuff. Managing talent and ego under pressure.
Wild, all right? It was wild. I mean, tempers were flying. This was an all-out rivalry, man. All right? I mean, even Angel Reese was pissed at this moment. Look at this.
Angel Reese, arguably the most toxic player in basketball, slapped a clipboard out of her coach's hand because she was angry over a foul call after already being gifted 15 free throws. This is top-tier disrespect. While a coach tried to focus the team on the next play, Reese disrupted it with her toxic behavior. What happened next? Did Marsh call a timeout? Bench her? Pull her aside? No. This entire situation with Angel Reese is unraveling into something far bigger than just a heated moment on the court. It's no longer just about one player's emotions flaring up. It's about the integrity of a team, the resolve of a coach, and the credibility of an entire league. Let's not sugarcoat it. What we witnessed wasn't just frustration, it was a complete meltdown. Angel Reese, the face of the WNBA's future, the double-double queen, the brand ambassador with signature shoes and global sponsorship deals.
Talks about being willing to do whatever dirty work is necessary. Did you see that today? Did you see a performance that in terms of the timeliness and the types of plays that she made, it went beyond the stat sheet?
Yeah, I think that's who Angel is.
Deliberately smacked a clipboard out of the hands of Ann Crosby, the vice president of basketball operations, during the final seconds of a nail-biting game against the Washington Mystics. And the most insane part, it was all caught in 4K, national television, primetime meltdown. This wasn't a behind-closed-doors spat. This wasn't something whispered in the locker room. This was front and center, clear as day, right there in front of fans, players, cameras, and coaches. The moment went viral within seconds. Some fans laughed, some cringed, but many were outright disgusted. Because let's be honest, if any other player had done this, they'd be suspended, fined, benched. But with Angel Reese, crickets. Silence from the league, silence from the team, silence from the coach. Let's rewind. This game wasn't just another regular season match. It was intense, physical, emotional. A gritty battle between two struggling teams.
That's what her skill set allows her to be. We shouldn't just look at her as a rebounder or just as a scorer. There's so many different things that she can do on a court that helps a team win. And even though shots weren't falling for her tonight, she had 5 assists. She had huge rebounds.
The Sky, sitting at 6-13 and barely clinging to any playoff hopes, needed this win. But instead of pulling through as a leader, Angel chose to implode. When the game was tied at 77, with just under 30 seconds left, Reese lost control. Her team had just committed a foul. The pressure was mounting. The crowd was electric. The refs had made some controversial calls, but instead of focusing, she lashed out. Ann Crosby, clipboard in hand, tried to get the team locked in, tried to draw up a final play, tried to lead. An Angel. She stormed over and knocked that clipboard out of her hands like a toddler in timeout. If that was Caitlin Clark, you know exactly what would be happening right now.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15
Every major sports outlet would be tearing her apart. She'd be labeled emotional, immature, out of control. But Angel, she gets a pass. And that's the real problem. This moment exposed the double standards, the favoritism, and the cowardice that's rotting the WNBA from the inside out. And let's not forget about Tyler Marsh, the man in the middle of this mess. Marsh was hired with so much promise. A coaching pedigree that includes championship-level experience with the Raptors, the Aces, and more. He was supposed to be the culture guy, the calm, composed, strategic leader who could develop players and instill discipline. But when it mattered most, when his franchise star blatantly disrespected his staff, he did nothing. Nothing.
Free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low. Disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude.
He let it slide. He let Angel finish the game. He gave her the green light to do whatever she wants moving forward, and now his authority is gone. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a minor outburst. It was insubordination, it was public disrespect, and it was a direct challenge to Marsh's authority. Angel Reese tested him. She looked him dead in the face and said, "What are you gonna do about it?" And he blinked. He folded. He showed the entire team that rules don't apply equally, that if you're the star, you're untouchable. And that is the death of team culture. Reese isn't just a player anymore. She's a walking brand, a media machine, a marketing magnet, but she's also turning into a liability. And Marsh? He's looking like a coach who's more concerned with not rocking the boat than actually steering it. And that's a dangerous place for any organization to be in.
Angel Reese had a great game. She had 22 points, 15 rebounds. There were some questionable calls from the referees on both ends of the floor during this game against the Washington Mystics, and they ended up losing by 2 points at the end of the game. And so
let's talk culture. Let's talk leadership. Let's talk about what it means to actually build a team. You think Phil Jackson would have let MJ or Kobe slap a clipboard out of a coach's hand without consequences? You think Greg Popovich would have stood by while Tim Duncan disrespected staff on national TV? You think Becky Hammon would let A.J. Wilson throw tantrums without accountability? No, because winning isn't just about talent. It's about structure. It's about discipline. It's about holding every single player to the same standard. And right now, the Chicago Sky is doing the exact opposite. They're enabling dysfunction. They're allowing chaos. And they're telling the rest of the roster, hey, if you're popular enough, the rules don't matter. That's not how you build a championship team. That's how you implode. Angel Reese's clipboard slap wasn't just a bad moment. It was a statement. A statement that she's bigger than the system. A statement that she doesn't respect the chain of command. A statement that she's not afraid to act out when things don't go her way. And let's be real, it's not the first time. This season has been riddled with drama. Social media wars with Caitlin Clark, snarky interviews, constant controversy.
She's a competitor. Love or hate Angel Reese, she's a competitor. She's a fierce competitor. And I feel like this was just a moment where her frustrations got the best of her. Hopefully, later on, I'm sure she'll probably see this on social media and she'll go up to her coach and be like, my bad, coach. That